Alright, trying this again. Parked in the middle of the street, trying to get this set up. I feel like you're gonna fall kind of immediately. Well, you guys know the vibe. I just feel like hanging out and talking. I'm driving to the store. You guys are gonna hear how loud my brakes are. I need to get them fixed. I'm not going to. That's not what I want to talk about right now. What I want to talk about is The Walking Dead. I'm watching it for the first time. Firstly, it's such an honor to be at the age where you can recognize that something, you're watching something good for the first time. Do you know what I mean? It's the first time I am watching this, and I'm old enough to know that this is something important. And it's so good. I love The Walking Dead. But, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, I'm past season 5. Kitcha, if you somehow see this, I doubt you will. Wait. Actually, no, you already know what happened. We already watched it together. We're past the point where Beth dies, and the immediate next episode, Tyrese dies. Right? That is the, episode in order. Which is so crazy because in my mind, I love Beth, to and on, I love Beth. She is one of my favorite characters in anything, I think. Genuinely in anything. I think they wrote her beautifully. I think she is exactly how a kid would react in this situation, and she is a kid, and the actress plays her so perfectly. And she's just such a lovable character. Man, that person's got some gray headlights. Also, I think I'm in the exact same outfit I was in the last time. But I love this outfit, so you will be seeing it repeatedly. I'm an outfit repeater, and y'all are just gonna have to live with it. But like I was saying, it's crazy because a little bit, Beth reminds me of my older sister, Kitra, who I also adore. She is so amazing, and she's so talented, and she's so creative. And I'm not saying that my sister acts like a kid. I know I said that's what I said I loved about Beth, but it's not that. They have more in common. They are both exceptionally creative and very soft, feminine characters. And I love my sister, and I can see if my sister and I were in this world, neither of us are fast. Neither of us know that much about collecting things. We're not hunters. We're barely gatherers. But we are, dab me up incredible at is, taking care of places. Which, well, my dad's gonna judge me if he hears me say that. So are my friends. Oh no! Sit up. It's a different kind of situation. I feel like that's going to cause the phone to fall behind my brake. But I am also thinking I'm being a little paranoid. So we're fine. But, oh no, I knew you guys would fall again. Sit up. Alright, I can't fix you guys again if you fall. You're just kind of going to be falling. Now that I'm getting out of my neighborhood and onto the actual road. Stay. Okay. Now if you fall, I really can't do anything. I have to focus on driving. Anyway, they're such fun, interesting characters. And we would definitely be the people that are in the prison, exactly like Beth was. They're making the place that they're in more home-like. And I love that. I love that they introduced characters like that. Don't get me wrong, okay? They did absolute bull honky at making that prison look comfy. It doesn't make any sense. Even if people are only living there for 3 days, right? People collect things and they like to put things up. They don't want to feel like they're in a prison, even if they are in one. Look at places that are like prisons in your everyday life. People like work, like school, places you have to be in for an extended period of time. you're keeping those places comfy cozy. You're bringing personal effects into it. So why it is that the prison was so kind of grungy, I don't know. Like, they tried to make it better, and they did a little bit, but not really, not enough. I don't like being in this lane when it's this dark out. I was driving with my friend once. She was driving. I was sitting in passenger seat because it was her car. We were driving, and we were in the slow lane because the turn to her house was coming up, but it was like, the turn to get to near her neighborhood was coming up. It wasn't like directly to her house. This wasn't a residential area. This was a state highway, and it was dark out like this. And there was some dude in all black attire walking very slowly. The literal only reason she saw him at all was because of his shoes. Because she saw his shoes and she thought it was a bunny, so she started to slow down. And then it was a full-grown man walking. She could have plowed straight into him. Sometimes I'm scared of driving at night because I don't live in a highly residential, like, pedestrian area. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that I am scared to hit someone constantly. I don't want to hit no one. And I don't want to run any red lights. Dude, there was one time I was driving in this car and I was coming home and I was listening to Hamilton, and I was too busy thinking about the way that people on TikTok act as different characters. So they put on different, like, they announce things differently. They use their mouth and their facial expressions a little differently to be like, this is this character speaking. It's a little bit different. Not just the people who wear different colored clothes or use a different accent, but like they put their whole bodies and they're trying to present as this secondary character. And so I was thinking about that, and I was mouthing the lyrics, and I realized I didn't know some of the lyrics, and I was like, that's crazy. And so I'm having all these thoughts in my head, and the only reason I know I did not hit that red light, like go through that red light, it was an empty street, but the only reason I know I didn't was because it turned green at the last second, and there was that tone shift that made me clutch my pearls. I was clutching my pearls. I was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna just run a red light? Imagine if that street wasn't empty. I'm gonna cry. It's kind of scary. Like, and so ever since then, now I'm like hyper focused on watching both the road. This person's gonna try and turn ahead of me, huh? Yeah, go on, buddy, go. Hyper focused on watching the road and the lights. Like, when I come to a light, I'm like eyeballing it. I'm like, you better not turn. You better not turn. And I know for a fact people get upset at me when they're behind me, because as soon as that light hits red, or yellow rather, unless I'm like already passing it, I'm braking. If it's yellow, I don't want to hit someone. And I know people are also upset at me because I drive a smart car. Okay, I drive a smart car. This thing does not pick up in speed very quick at all. And I know some people behind me they got their panties up in a double nasty twist, all the way up their booty crack, because I am not peeling out in front of people. I cannot hit 40 for a minute, and I am not in a 0 to 60 car. I am not willing to get hit or to hit someone else. I'm not gonna do it, and I'm sorry you're upset, but you're gonna have to wait a second. I'm sorry you're upset, but you have to wait. I am not gonna get hit just because your panties are up your nether regions. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Beth. She reminded me of Beth so much, and so when she died, I was sobbing. Here's the thing, I knew she was gonna die. I saw somebody in the comments of a TikTok say that Beth dies, that Herschel and Beth die. So I knew that their deaths were coming. I knew that they were not safe. And so I got attached to both of them, obviously. But I did not know when, where, or how. However, since I knew she was gonna die, even if I didn't know she was gonna die, they had those episodes where you got insanely attached to her. They got those episodes where you got insanely attached to her. kidnapped. And I was like, oh my gosh, where's Beth? Where's Beth? For like the every single episode. Between when she was kidnapped and that episode where she was found. Every episode, I was like, where's Beth? Where is she? I love her! Where's Beth? Hey dude. Hey dudes. Hey dudes. What are you doing? Crazy people. I got a little scared there. Not really. I didn't get scared for me there. There were like 8 pickup trucks. All of them getting over, like crossing 3 lanes of traffic. There was no traffic, but getting in, like, there was not enough space in the turn lane for all 3 of them. And I'm in a little black car, and sometimes people don't see me. And I was a little scared he was gonna hit me. I was more scared that they were gonna get hit. I can go. Yeah. Blinking yellow lights also give me a little bit, just because my depth perception. There are so many corners, like large bends from where I live. And especially at night, my depth perception, I don't want to cause an accident. But I knew Beth was gonna die because they did all those heartwarming episodes, and then they showed her, and then they gave them a real reason to go north, like a genuine, real reason as to why they had to go to Washington. Pardon me, with Noah. And I know Noah got out, because I saw the episode. As soon as he got out and they introduced him, I was like, no, Beth is gonna die. It's so sad. I want to see Beth and Noah kiss. No! And then the deal went good, and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then the way she died was so true to people who have big hearts. Sometimes they do things where you're like, why are you doing that? You were good. You were free. You had things going for you. And then they let their emotions kind of get in the way of things. And they end up doing kind of stupid, silly things that make you go like, why? Why'd you do that? What song is this? This is not on my playlist. I know I have a green. This guy needs to go, though. He has right of way, not me. There we go. Okay. But it's so, and also I can see my sister doing something like that, where she feels the need to step up and be a protector for someone. Someone she doesn't need to. You have to brake, dude. I have the right of way. Thank you. And it's so sad. And then I was asking my dad. I was asking him, and I was like, of all of the characters, because my dad and I are watching it together, and then my sister and I are watching it after, because my sister doesn't like a lot of gore, and she also has what is it called? Trypophobia? The thing where you don't like certain textures, they like make you uncomfortable. And for her, there are a lot of scenes in The Walking Dead where they have like B-roll shots of like ants crawling up logs and like weird shaped mushrooms to like give you the off-putting vibe because they're out in the wilderness, you know? And she doesn't like that, and so we were watching it beforehand, and I love the song. But I change. Anyway, and so we're watching it beforehand so that we can tell her like, oh, you're not gonna like this part, so she knows. And I was like, well, of the characters that we know of currently, who do you think I am? Like, who represents me the most? And he's like, Maggie. Oh, thank you, Father. Thank you. Genuinely, I love Maggie. I love her. I didn't like her introduction because she was so mean to Glenn. But she was also just kind of acting her age, so I'm not upset about it. But the more we go into it, the more he's like, you are like Maggie, but you have more faith than she does. Oh, thank you, Dad. That's so kind. Thank you so much. So yeah, that destroyed me. And then immediately after is Tyrese's death. And my sister says that Tyrese's death was so sad for her because she could see me dying like Tyrese did. Like I was trying to save someone because I was trying to protect them from their family. I was trying to protect someone who was overtly emotional and upset about something. And you could see that's how I would die because I care about people. And so those two episodes were after each other. My sister and I were just like hugging each other and be like, I love you. No, I love you. Ugh. I love my sister. Okay, let's listen to this song now. In my head, I put your skin for one more day, but I can't say, isn't it strange? Isn't it strange? You asked me. Wrong part song. I look at you with nothing to say. Isn't it strange how people can change from strangers to friends, friends into lovers, and strangers again. She's got such a pretty voice. And the silence moves over to my bedside, and it whispers over. I gotta fix the tape on my roof, it's falling apart. Isn't it strange how people can change from strangers to friends, friends into lovers, and strangers again. I'm in a Walmart parking lot, which means I gotta turn the music down. Always turn your music down and always go slower when you're in a parking lot. I don't care who you are, and in residential areas too, because you never know. Anywhere there's public, where they have the right of way to the road. Dude, get on your side of the road. What are you doing? Technically, I'm not supposed to be on the part where I'm driving because I'm driving on yellow lines. But if I had driven on my side of the road, you would have hit me. You almost hit me. Just then. I love this song too. Oh wow, it's almost like I made this playlist. What? I know what I was looking for till I found her. I found her. Without her, back your fence and rest. Alright, I'm here. Bye. Thanks for sitting with me for so long. Love you. Thanks for staying with me. I might record going back. I really don't know. We'll see. Who knows? I think we might be the last guy here for pickup. Whatever. That's okay. Goodbye.